Antarctica, bleakest continent on Earth, swept by savage blizzards with winds sometimes exceeding 100 miles per hour. It seems as if nature herself resents man's intrusion here, where even the water that man must drink has to be carved out of the ground. During the long winter months, the sea freezes for hundreds of miles offshore, and the coast can only be reached during high summer. Australia's main Antarctic research station is at Mawson, 3,600 miles southwest of Melbourne. Each year, 25 men man the station, named after the great explorer Sir Douglas Mawson. The station, seen here in midsummer, is sited on a natural deep-water horseshoe harbour. The proclaimed Australian territory in Antarctica totals nearly 2.5 million square miles, about 3/7 of the continent. Transport in Antarctica has always been a problem, and even walking can be difficult on the icy surface. Taking to the air is one solution, but aircraft and helicopters are expensive to operate and have limited capacity. Scientists thus still do most of their traveling on the surface, on dog sledges, on skis, or by tracked vehicles. But the 1963 expedition has a very welcome new addition to its transport fleet, a bright red Volkswagen sedan. The first stock sedan car in Antarctica came straight from the production line of the Australian Volkswagen factory in Melbourne. The car is just the same as many thousands of similar deluxe sedans running around the roads of Australia. Now it proudly bears the symbol of the Australian National Antarctic Research Expeditions. Very little was done to the car to prepare it for its journey south. An oil pressure gauge and ammeter were fitted. Otherwise, the car just received the normal winterizing procedure that's standard for vehicles operating in Northern Europe. A cover for the fan air intake was designed to keep drift snow out of the fan housing when the car was parked. With these few modifications, the car is ready to make its journey south. Supply ships journey from Melbourne to Mawson once a year towards the end of summer, changing over the party who man the station. Stevedores make fast the Volkswagen ready for loading. The mooring ropes are cast off, and the 1963 expedition is on its way south. Every expedition going south must be prepared for passage through the world's stormiest oceans. A great area of the Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica is covered during the summer months with ice floes varying in diameter from almost a mile down to a few feet. The last few ice floes between Manila Down and Mawson are dealt with summarily as the powerful icebreaker forges ahead. Dock Dr. Philip Law, the director of the Antarctic Division, will supervise the changeover of men and equipment. The unloading starts as soon as possible after arrival, and the Volkswagen is one of the first items of equipment to come ashore. As usual, the amphibious Army duck provides the power for moving the pontoons to shore. The Volkswagen is eager to get back to dry land and prove its worth. It surges ahead to become the first standard production sedan in Antarctica. These Australians expect Volkswagens to be able to take any type of terrain, rock, mud, slush and snow, and not falter. But how will it perform in Antarctica? The engine being air-cooled, there'll be no freezing radiator problems. Despite the cold outside, the heater keeps the inside comfortable, the demister keeps the windscreen clear. Test runs soon establish that the Volkswagen can more than hold its own in the rugged conditions of Antarctica. The car proved that it could do much of the work normally carried out by the track vehicles. Higher maximum speed and improved fuel economy are other benefits of the car over track vehicles. A trip was made to Rumdoodle Airfield, 10 miles inland from Mawson, on the vast polar plateau. The officer in charge of Mawson, Mr. Ray McMahon, cabled back to Melbourne that the car had made the run in 65 minutes, a near record time. Mr. McMahon reported that the vehicle's performance had been excellent and that the ice slopes and crevassed hills had been encountered without difficulty. Since this film was taken and brought back on the Neladan, cabled reports have told of trouble-free motoring on a number of assignments. The men at Mawson are delighted with the new addition, and Volkswagen is proud to be associated with the vital work being carried out by the Australian National Antarctic Research Expeditions, and confident, too, that the inimitable Beetle will prove as indefatigable in Antarctica as 6 millions of its brothers have proved on the other great continents of the world.